Hey there. I just finished watching a movie called Rewind This. It's a really good documentary, and basically what it's about the VHS era and the guys that are still around today that are collecting VHS tapes. And it's a really, really cool documentary. They talk about the genesis of VHS and the war between Betamax and VHS and how it came about to the point where we chose what we chose. They talk about the fact that even though Betamax had the better picture quality, VHS basically had you could basically what's the word? You could tape longer on VHS. On Beta was like a smaller tape. They were literally smaller tapes actually, but they couldn't fit as much content on them. And a VHS tape at the time could do 4 hours, so that was a major factor. You could instead of if it was a 2.5 hour movie, that's 2 Betamax tapes you're going to be using there. If it's on VHS, well, you could use one. We talked a lot about the cover art and the art that's done for the covers that like really stand out, that really sold VHS, and it really got me thinking that us here now, us collectors, even if you just started now and you weren't around in the VHS era and you're collecting stuff right now, especially if you're collecting like a lot of the horror and the genre titles. If you're over in England and you're buying Arrow Video, or you're here in basically North America and you're buying like Scream Factory, you're buying Shout Factory, Blue Underground, Anchor Bay, just like look at the covers on those DVDs. You got guys like Nathan, I don't like his name, Nathan Milner. I think Do Designs. We have so many of those work, really good artists, and they're basically done for the for us, for the collector market. So they're giving us those outrageously cool kind of like VHS style covers, and it kind of just gets to show that we're still, to this day, we're those guys that collected the VHS. We maybe we're in our format, whether it's Blu-ray or a DVD. It's us that's marketed towards, and if you were back then, it's the same mentality that you look at that like really cool cover, you pick up one of the, here, hold on, just let me get a couple of covers there and just kind of show you what I mean. So yeah, I went to get a typical DVD cover to put out against like some of the covers and stuff that I've gotten. Unfortunately, I just realized I don't buy many typical DVDs. Most of my stuff is like the genre stuff or kind of like the older stuff. That does have the kind of cool covers on it, but let's just see what I mean here. To give you kind of a typical feel of a VHS style cover. This was actually, port from the cover of Spring Break. It's a Shonda Cunningham teen sex comedy, basically. And actually, I love this. It's got a great soundtrack. But covers like this, covers like The Fog, and covers like They Live are all meant to sell. It's meant to catch the attention. Although I don't have the single. And remember the Scream era stuff, when basically we got a lot of these just typical headshot things. There's no artistic work to them at all. It's just basically typical headshot type of thing. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that I'm basically talking about. We have a huge collector mentality, and this is the stuff that's done for us. Whether you like the weird Criterion covers, which Frank Henenlotter doesn't like, by the way, or you're like digging the Scream Factory covers like I do, or most of the Arrow Video covers. There are a couple that have pretty bad artwork. The car stands out as one that, even though I kind of like the movie, I wouldn't buy the car from Arrow because basically the art stunk. And genre fan. But it just goes to show, like, there's that VHS is gone, but the whole collector mentality, people, that's still out there. I know there's a guy on here, I think Cinema Sickness. He buys every format, and I would love to have the space and the money to do, to do that. Thing I look for most whenever I go to a pawn shop, whenever because it's too expensive like to ship online and to buy, is a Laserdisc player. I've always wanted a Laserdisc player, and I was living in Ottawa for a short period of time, and I walked into this like big thrift store, and there's this Laserdisc player, Pioneer, and there's about like 15, 16 Laserdiscs with it. Like some pretty cool stuff. Like there's some older stuff, and there's like some more like the newer stuff. I'm getting really, really excited about getting it. And so check my wallet, no cash. Thrift store doesn't take the thing. So I run next door to the bank machine. Got to wait in line. There's like 2 other people there. Finally get there, get out my cash. I don't care what this costs. I'm gonna pick it up. Luckily, it's a thrift store. It costs like $20 with the whole works. I get back there, sold 2 minutes ago. True story. Only time in my life that I'd ever seen a Laserdisc player for sale, because the area that I lived in, we really didn't get that stuff. I had a friend of my dad's who was a really big collector of stuff, and he had a really cool Laserdisc player. And this was back in the day before DVD had come around, so you to watch the Laserdiscs that he'd had and see some of the really cool stuff. And still, there's some cool stuff today that you can see on Laserdisc and on VHS that you just don't get on DVD yet, and for some reason it hasn't been put out there. But it's great to see stuff that has come out. But a lot of it, when it goes to DVD, it's cleaned up and it's digitized. The head in The Fugitive. If you watch the Laserdisc version of The Fugitive, you'll notice there's like a sequence where like there's a dude's head. And if you watch the DVD of The Fugitive, well, it's been taken out. And it was one of those little like kind of cool little things that you and your friends would kind of like look for. Kind of like, I remember seeing a copy early on of Psycho 2, and I'm not sure why or what version it was right now, but you could actually see the set and the mic. So it was kind of cool, because you knew that this version that you saw, you weren't going to get to see it like it again. And it just got me to thinking, and I wanted to come on and just basically say, well, 1, that was a great documentary. 2, to basically give a shout out to all the collectors out there that are going out there into the video stores and they're looking at the covers and stuff like that. Perfect example, I got it right now. I love Pete Walker films. I like his stuff. It was pretty good. My favorite Pete Walker film of all time is The Comeback, and starred, I think, Jack Jones, who's like a rock singer, and it's like kind of a English giallo type of thing. And I've always wanted to get Comeback on Blu-ray, so I waited and I waited to get it, and I knew it was out there. I knew there was a Pete Walker set out there, so missed getting the set. But then I was told by one of the store owners that they were going to be getting into Pete Walker stuff in single, like each in a Blu-ray, kind of like they did with the Universal thing. You know, they broke them up after a while. So fun. I'm going through the store and I can see this like thing that says, you know, The Comeback, and I'm so flipped out. I'm so ready to get it. I'm so excited, and I pick it up out of the Blu-ray, and it has the worst cover you can imagine. That has zero to do really with the actual movie. It doesn't fit the tone of the film. The cover just really, really doesn't fit the tone of the film. Like, I'm looking around, I'm seeing beautiful covers for Virgin Among the Living Dead and stuff like that, which is not really a great movie, but I would buy it for that cover. That is an amazing cover, Virgin Among the Living Dead. But you know what? The Comeback, which is a much better film, I'm sorry, it really is a much better film. I like Jess Franco too, but that wasn't one of his best movies. Has the worst possible cover. And I'm like, I can't buy this. And now, as I'm talking about it, I'm wondering, there's so many with reversible covers now that maybe the Comeback has a reversible cover. I'm going to look into that because I can buy it if I don't have to have that crappy cover, but I really don't want that crappy cover. Speaking of which, if any of you guys here have the Comeback on Blu-ray, the North American release that I think came out by, I think it might have been Redemption, comment down below and let me know, is there a reversible cover? Because the cover's really crappy. You know what I'm talking about, like the face type maggot thing. It's just really not a good cover. I mean, if it was Zombie, it would be a great cover. But as for the Comeback, it just doesn't really work. But I just want to get out there, talk a little bit about collecting, talk a little bit about VHS, and to just like really give this movie a really good push, and just say, if you haven't seen this documentary, I love documentaries, and Rewind This is one that you should really go out and see. It's if you can grab it, grab it. Any way you can, see this movie. And I know that I got a copy from a friend, but I want to actually go out and like search for this movie and see, get a good DVD copy of it. I'm wondering if maybe if they're smart, they're gonna market it right and do it like some movies are doing, a DVD VHS copy. So after all, it is a VHS. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I know this is not like a typical like horror type video, but it is a collector's video, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. Kind of just talk to you guys about what I was thinking, what's going on in my head right now. Just got finished watching the movie, maybe I'm a little excited about it, and I wanted to pass that excitement along to you guys, and hopefully you guys can let me know what you think. Do any of you guys still collect VHS? Do you collect any other formats? Are you a UMD person? Do you collect laser discs? Are you a collector of any other formats at all? Video now? Me, I'm collecting Blu-rays and DVDs right now, but if I saw a really good big box of VHS, Midnight Movies or something like that, one of the Avara types I used to watch when I was younger, I would definitely go and grab something like that, or a Full Moon. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and don't forget, coming up I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff on the Horror Globe, and maybe I'll do some video reviews as well. I don't have a VCR right now, but that would be an idea down the road. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and the kettle's boiled, so right now it is seriously time for tea.